as you catch the tiny thing between only a finger and thumb. The hope she had.
You know, I feel a connection between us. Like we're two souls walking the same path. Every step we walk trails blood. Killing is an instinct for us. I respect you for that. I would keep the murders in our own camp to a minimum. But otherwise, we're very much on the same page. How could I not? We're both veritable terrors on society. But with all the effort we put into wanton brutality, don't you think that we could be more? Just think, how many others are walking around infected with these parasites? Hundreds? Thousands? And they're not just goblin trash. There are powerful people in the worm's thrall. Whoever's waiting for us at Moonrise Towers controls it all. But if we can take that control from them, imagine the power we'd wield. I mean, I assume there's some device controlling these things, so we find that. Murder some people and, Look, I'm not a details person, all right? But turning up and causing chaos has worked for us so far. I'm just saying, there's an opportunity before us. If we can control the tadpoles, we can keep ourselves safe and enjoy a little world domination on the side. You can't tell me that doesn't sound fun. I knew I was right about you. It's so good to find a kindred spirit. Of course, this all assumes we live long enough to find this, moonrise. But I'm feeling optimistic. But otherwise, we both want to survive. But why merely survive when you can thrive? Just think. And whoever's waiting for us at Moonrise Towers control a pity. I thought you had more ambition than that. Still, we're not there yet. Maybe you'll see the light. Yet. It feels like we're being watched. Hunted, even. But there's nothing out there. Only more darkness. I much prefer it when I'm the one prowling in the shadows. About to strike. Sorry, did you want something? Or just looking for a distraction? It's always a pleasure to see you sauntering over.
Thoughts are back on the twisted Scaleritas and his honeyed words of violence.
You called for me, my lord? I don't need to. They are all the same. There is but one thing on your mind, and it won't go away until your thirsty urge is sated. I come here, for I wish to bring you another powerful tithe. But I cannot grant you this prize quite yet. You must do something divinely unspeakable first. Ah, you are such an eloquent and well-mannered master. I'm sure you will breeze through these trivial little exams with great distinction. You will receive a royal prize for killing this pretty girl. Isabel, the cleric with the sweetest face of the moon. She is too precious to live. Why? The greatest crime of them all. Nothing at all. Oh, Master, consider the tiny mishap with the bard you had the last time we met. Your unconscious clever mind hungers for extreme violence. Who knows who you might kill next if you do not satisfy your urge. Be true to yourself, my lord. Quiet, dear depraved one. We wouldn't. I come here, but I cannot grant you this prize quite yet. You must do something divine. You have been but you have not been disinherited. Oh, you adore piles of bodies, Master. They have always been your favorite. Good. Oh, my nauseating lord. I come here, but I cannot grant you this prize quite yet. You must do something divinely unspeakable. I'm sure, Lord. Those words sting, though they are true. I come here, but I cannot grant you this prize quite yet. You must do something divinely unspeakable first. You are such an eloquent and well-mannered. Oh, you are such a pleasure from coast to you adore. Oh, I only live to Quiet, dear depraved one. We wouldn't want to wake the others. They would be so jealous. You have been a prodigal young master, but you have not been disinherited yet. You can rule with such ease if you follow your call.
You deliver the ox a death by 1,000 cuts, trying to taunt it into revealing its old form with every slice. It chooses to die docile in animal form. Only after its eyes fade does it become the monster it once was.
It's good to see you again. I'd ask if you've made any progress with your little problem. You flatter yourself. I can mend it. They're not the only ones ripe for temptation, you know. Please, I never surrender. Catherick thought. Now who would pop? If you want to know. But the time for quibbling over claws. Not with you, at least.
I do. I have a proposal for you.
A proposal? If you're hoping to taste my blood, little vampling, think again. It burns hotter than wyvern whiskey.
This is serious business, devil. My old... well, a long time ago, someone carved infernal runes into my back. They are a fragment of a contract. I'd like to know what the full contract says.
Oh, such impatience. It's something very important to your master. But is it a love letter, a warning, or a deed of ownership? I could give you all the gory details. But of course, you'll have to do...
You'll get back to me. This is important, devil. When?
Don't worry, I'm motivated to help you.
So, the untouchable Karlak is untouchable no more. I'd shake her hand, but she can still snap me in two, so, probably safest to skip it.
The urge deep within tingles. This is the one the butler commanded you to kill.
Seluna, help you! You're mad! Nice of you to show your colors, true soul. Jahira will be so disappointed she trusted you. I don't mind, though. I've been itching to gut a traitor. Ketherick's out of reach, but here you are, right within striking distance.
What were you thinking? What are we doing here?
Isabel! No! What in the nine hells happened? I don't see how she... Unless some cultists sneaked in. The gods will be overrun. It's all over. They're all gone. My brave ones, my friends, my harpers. I led them here. To this. You. It was you after all? All along? How could I have missed such madness? It is abominable that you still live. You who has cost us so much. And the murderer of light. These dead need not be buried. Beneath this canopy of darkness, all is 1 yard of restless graves. You will lie and rot among them. I should end you. But my strength fails me. Perhaps I can outrun the shadows. Even as I pray, they will creep into the very marrow of your bones. Whether the worm in your skull overwhelms you or not, your end will be a vile one. It is a bomb that you will lie and rot among them. Oh, but I do. I traveled with one such as you once. I didn't see it at first, but I do now. The galaxy of malice in your eyes. Your blood is beyond hope of redemption. May it water these accursed grounds and grow the sickly roses that will mark your grave.
Did we really have to kill the Moon Maiden's servant? Watching you make decisions is rather like watching a Tarask mating ritual. One simply assumes villages will be destroyed in the process. You'll have to go quite a bit further to surprise me.
You killed Isabel. And all those people besides. What's wrong with you? I want to, but I don't know how. And I'm starting to wonder if there's anything I can do. Or anything you can do. You have to stay strong. You have to resist. If you don't, we're all doomed.
Whatever these dark powers of yours may be, they serve no purpose if you cannot control them. Or yourself. What a terrible waste.
We really have to kill the Moon Maiden's servant? I won't weep for her, but we could have used her as leverage instead. Sometimes we need to think with our heads before our knives, dear.
It is about these dead. You will lie and rot among them. You bluff, I call. Let's see who has the upper hand.
It's always a pleasure to see you sort.
Owing to your...
You may be.
A lot of people died because you lost the run of yourself. Isabel shielded them from the shadows, and you left them vulnerable. If you can't control yourself, you're nothing but a liability.
Isabel, Selûne's light made real. And you slaughtered her like cattle, and left Last Light for the shadows to feed on. I'd ask what's become of you, but perhaps this is who you've been all along. Either way, I mourn for the image of you I once held dear.
Your kill of that poor cleric can mean only one thing. The vile Sceleritas will be here soon enough.
Oh, apologies for the tardiness, my festering liege. I was away, admiring her body. I have never seen a torn tibia quite like that. A part of your past is here for you. I come with your disgusting prize. Oh, soon enough, everyone in the Sword Coast and beyond will know about you. But you yearn for the sordid scandal deep down, don't you? Come closer, my depraved prodigy. Try on your new gin jams. They're a present from Father. It would be rude not to. Such a strapping young behemoth.
You cannot speak, but you have command over your own cruelty.
Oh, yes. Please, wondrous manslaughterer, kill me. Oh. That was so refreshing. Thank you. Your clothes hit like a kiss. Every death brings a new, brighter, better Sceleritas into this world. You would be lost without your butler, but you shall never be without me. This foam is the Slayer. You will do many naughty feats with it. Oh, I wish I had time to wax your hide and brush your spines. But your adoring butler must away. But you should be hopeful for your bright future. You are going to kill again soon. You will keep chopping down the Moon Maiden's family tree. I shall return when you next have need of me. I have your estate to attend to. We will meet again there. Good night, sweet master.
My sweet conflicted villain. What can I do for you?
A fitting name. But have you become the Slayer? Or has the Slayer merely found a host too weak to evict it? I shouldn't need to say it, but be careful who you take as an ally. Especially when that ally's taken residence inside you.
When we make it to Baldur's Gate, you'll be at home in the slaughterhouses. You and I have markedly different ideas of what amounts to a gift.
What do you need? Honestly, I didn't know you had it in you. A dark destroyer in our midst. It's certainly one of the more unsightly shape-shiftings I've seen, but we can't all be blessed with the elegance of an Asimar transforming in the heavens, can we? Beggars can't be choosers. Such a powerful form should serve us well in the chaos to come. Can't say that it did. I'm not entirely sure we made the right decision there, if I'm being honest with you. What's done is done, I suppose. And I'll be loath to cause such destruction again. Not unless the alternative is far, far worse.
Hells, is this really what you've become? The kind of monster I once vowed to slay? Don't bother answering. I already know.
Sceleritas.
I have something wonderful for you, dear mouldering master. A part of your past is here for you. I come with your disgusting prize. This prize is no payment, but a sign of reverence towards you. So handsome, so brazen.
Will be here soon in...
Excellent work with the cleric. You didn't have it before, but wished for it. I was pained to watch you pine and pine.
Over your own cruelty.
Do not be afraid, my tainted angel. Sceleritas will ensure you stay in harm's way.
Or cleric can mean a...
No, don't be sad, master. I am here to give you a happy present. Here for you. Your past and your future are avowed lifelong lovers.
Over your own cruelty.
And look at you. Now you're your perfect self again.
A poor.
Oh, my lord is tired. I will tuck him in personally with a bedtime story of his former self.
Urge deep within tingles. This is the one the butler commanded you to kill. You choke down the obscene thoughts racking your body with a shiver. The blessing falls uneasily over your tainted body. You can't help but dream. To kill her would destroy all of Last Light. You yearn for it so deeply. This is a dear moment, and the Reaper would play so well. Why let him take her alive when you could flood them both with a bloodbath? With Isabel, your stomach churns around and around. The bile within is unsettled. Each moment brings a new surge. Your companions sleep like blissful lumps of meat.
He thinks he might end the world. But you and I could do far worse. You could do so much better, my lord. I am but an eager messenger from the depths of your dirty thoughts. Your clever mind is penning tragedy as we speak. Your repressed urge yearns to kill. And kill you will. Tonight, the moment you close your eyes, your favorite person will be brutalized. Then it should be a trifling matter to kill this one. He would forget his god for you, but you won't for him. Of that I know. It is my duty to ensure you are making the right decisions, Master. There was much disappointment at your reluctance to kill the little moon maiden. You could kill this one deliberately. I'm sure it will be considered a great show of goodwill. The tithe could still be yours. I do not doubt you will act with a decorum befitting one of your rank. Good night, sweet lord.
Your companion rests blissfully, without a fear in the world. As soon as you raise the dagger, all doubts disappear from your mind, replaced by pure pleasure. This is far more thrilling than your nights together ever could be. In the heat of the night, those last gasps are those of disappointment. With almost no struggle, it's gone out like a light. There is a beautiful blush on his cheeks that was never there while he was alive. You drink in the sight until the dawn. Regrettably, the corpse before you is not your only company on this dark night. Footsteps approach. Not your butler, come to celebrate this splendid deed, but the others, woken by your happy laughter, or the sound of knife on bone.
I thought you'd grown past this. I thought you had a heart. I was wrong.
Elves, really? They seem so strong. Just like any of us. Thank you for taking care of them, but... gods, what a mess.
A reprobate liar. But what's one more darling sin on the pile? You are holding on to your allies by but a hair.
Yes, darling.
I was wrong.
I don't know if you're a fool or a lunatic, but you are dangerous. It's time we put you down.
I
knew you were dangerous.
You grant one last caress to your dead companion. It's gone out like a light, thoughts flittering. You prepare to be hated.
Thou hast now a bosom companion. Recall that in time.
Your companions sleep like blissful lumps of meat.
He is so afraid, so afraid of everyone. Besides you, who he ought to fear most. You could do so much better, my lord. I won't lay so much as a talon on him. I wouldn't rob you of that delight. Your clever mind is penning tragedy as we speak. Your repressed urge yearns to kill. Each man kills the thing he loves. You like him for more than his looks, but he will never believe that. Why not make him a pretty corpse? It is my duty to ensure you are making the right decisions, Master. There was much... You could kill this one deliberately. I'm sure it will be considered... I do not doubt you will act with a decorum befitting one of your rank. A good night, sweet. Believe that? You are wrong to consider another your equal. You'll never believe that. Why not whisper it while you twist a knife? Or have a love confession be the final words between you? Harming me will not aid him in the slightest. Nothing will at this point. It is precisely because you didn't touch her that you are insatiable. Your dark urge will have death, one way or another. Tonight.
Your companion rests blissfully, without a fear in the world. Surely it is preposterous anything else would happen tonight. You return to your bedroll and sleep like the dead. Regrettably, the corpse before you is not your only company on this dark night. Footsteps approach. Not your butler, come to celebrate.
Surely not. Could I have missed some of the signs? Your vigilance may have saved us, but its consequences are no easier to stomach for that. Gods. What a pity.
Fear in the world. As your hand approaches his body, it wavers. It longs to close around his throat. As soon as you raise the dagger, all doubts disappear from your mind, replaced by pure pleasure. This is far more thrilling than your...
Well, hello. Looking for a cuddle? Although, you don't look entirely yourself. What's going on in that head of yours? All right. Talk quickly, then.
As you tell your story, fatigue fills your body. Your head swims with the worst headache you've known.
All right. If you're sure. We can always talk about it in the morning.
You return to your bedroll and...
What's more horrible than our day-to-day lives? Well, this I have to hear.
As you tell your story, fatigue fills... Your head swims with the worst...
How flattering. And disturbing. You could have talked to me before things got murderously bad, you know. We are technically in this together. Whatever it is that's controlling you, we can fight it. I know that better than anyone.
Suddenly you become drowsy. Your vision blurs and floods with yellow bile, and you faint in a dizzy blur. You are not yourself. All control is gone.
This thing won't have you. It won't win. You're cute, you know. In another life, we might have been friends.
Your hands are raw and bloody as every inkling of your urge yearns you to tear your bindings.
Easy now, darling. You've got this. And I've got you. A little late, but good effort. Now just relax. Dawn will be here soon.
The night passes sick and sweating, but bloodlessly. You once again inhabit your own mind.
Now that you're back with us, we need to have a talk. A little shit. And here I hoped I was your only nighttime visitor. You're not alone in this. None of us are. We can even compare notes if you like. Oh, please. How many lives have you taken? Dozens? I must have brought Cazador 1,000 souls. But whatever this is, you will get through it. And I'll be here to make sure you do. Anyway, it's a brand new day. I'm sure we'll find lots of people for you to kill. All right. Talk quickly, then. I'd rather be the only dark power inside your body, if it's all the same to you. You're welcome to try and kill me, of course, but I don't die easily these days. You're cute, you know. In another life, we might have been friends. And I've got... Of course they will, dear. Now just relax. Dawn will be here soon.
You once again
I felt for the bard, seeing you like that. Poor Alfera never stood a chance, did she? If anyone understands an internal voice forcing your hand, I do. But that's not who we are now. We make our own choices. And you made the right one last night. I don't hate you, because this is not you. We ask before we bite. You're cute, you know. In another life, we might have been friends.
Your hands are raw and blood.
Easy now, darling. You've got this. Growl all you want. It won't stop the dawn. This will be over soon.
The night passes. You once again inhabit.
Now that you're back with us, we need to have a... You're not alone in this. None of us are. We can even compare notes if you like. Well, no, you tried to kill me. Of course it's not all right. But nothing is ruined either. After all, what's a little attempted murder between friends? But whatever this is, you will get through it. Anyway, don't win. Easy now, darling. You've got this. And I've got you. You'd do the same to me. Now just relax. Dawn isn't far off.
You are worried about this killing urge. I can see it. I will try to help you resist. But spill a single drop of my blood, and yours will flow in a gusher.
Good morning. Thank you for not killing me the other night. Are you all right now, or is today a I will wed you with a delicate veil of blood blooming over your white curls kind of day? I'm also worried about me, but I seem to somehow be worried about you more. You give me something to care for, and that's worth the peril. I will wed you with a delicate veil of blood blue. Why not? If I can walk in the sun, you can become all sunshine and roses. I'm sure of it. Excellent. You will let me know the next time you need to be tied up, won't you?
I know you have your personal demons to contend with. But if I didn't make it clear before, I think you can beat this. Just don't give in. And seek help if you need it.
To see we all made it through the night intact. Promising sign that we may be able to curb those urges of yours. Now, as the saying goes, what's left undone should be left unspoken. Is there some lighter subject you wish to discuss?
I see the hunger in your eyes, and I see how it worries you. It worries me too. But you are stronger than the hunger. You can resist. You will resist. I'm sure of it.
About what happened. About your affliction. I know you're sorry, and I know you're probably afraid it'll happen again. I'll look after myself. You look after you. If we each do our part, we'll both be all right.
Come to kill me again, darling. Cazador, sired 7 spawn. Me and my 6 brothers and sisters. He always insisted we were a family, even when he was carving scars into our flesh. I was one of his first. Some of the others came years later. He was a monster to us all, but did take special pleasure in my pain. He said my screams sounded sweetest. Now that I'm gone, I don't know. I pity the other 6. Yes, darling. I hear you found a new lover. So, will you want to keep yourself your new, true love? Is this the end of our late-night trysts? Even though they were an awful lot of fun. Oh, my dear, you're sweet. But we must have standards. I'm not interested in being in any love triangle that involves... Gale. If it helps, I'm more than happy with where things are. After all, I know you'll spend the rest of your days dreaming about the nights we spent together. You lucky thing, you. We can try, but it may be difficult. What? Why? I mean, obviously I can understand why. We've had a lot of fun together. But I thought you had something more with Gale. Trust me, you will have more than enough on your plate without me there too. This is for the best. Gale? No, I mean, you were a lot of fun, but I didn't expect anything more than that. We could try, if that's truly what you want. You'll need to end things with Gale, of course. Make sure it's actually him, by the way. You can never tell with those projections of his. Well, darling, in that case, consider yourself well and truly taken. You know, this has been a surprisingly delightful conversation. Let's see what other surprises we have in store for each other.
You remember, I know Astarion has a hold on your heart. No doubt he quickens your pulse far more than I. Sorry. I'm feeling bitter. Though I think I'm entitled to, given I know exactly what you came here to say. We didn't just make love. Now you've left me stranded. An icicle through... I think it's best we close off this little chapter of our...
I did miss that face, you know. I'd trust a devil over a vampire any day. I think he likes us. Perhaps if we kill this Orthon extra bloody, he'll invite us for tea and brandy back in his house. Well, it's a rundown bearing the weight of centuries sort of grand, which is my favorite kind, incidentally. Hello, my sweet. The Orthon is nothing. I'll have my satisfaction when Raphael makes good on his word. I'm glad you had your fun, then. I am here to provide an endless array of delights. Nothing. I'll have my... in an old pair of boots, in an abandoned outhouse, in my own bedroll. The devil turns up where it pleases him, but we're bound to run into him soon. Thank you for helping me. It was very kind. We delivered the devil. Now I want what I'm owed. We had a deal.
Indeed, we did. I discovered all there is to know about those scars of yours. It's a rather grim tale. Even for my tastes.
Even if I wanted to walk away from all of this, I can't. Cazador won't let me.
And why would he want to walk away? This is his destiny. Carved into that ivory skin of yours is one part of an infernal contract between the archdevil Mephistopheles and your former master, Cazador Za. In full, the contract states that Cazador will be granted knowledge of an infernal ritual so vile it has never been performed. The rite of profane ascension. It promises to be a marvelous ceremony, very elaborate, incredibly ancient, and entirely diabolical. If he completes the rite, he will become a new kind of being, the Vampire Ascendant. All the strengths of his vampiric form will be amplified, and alongside them he will enjoy the luxuries of the living. The arousals and appetites of man will return to him, and unlike Astarion, he will have no need of a parasite to protect him from the sun. But the ritual has its price, as all worthwhile things do. Lord Cazador will need to sacrifice a number of souls, including all of his vampiric spawn, if he is to ascend. Imagine how he felt then, when one of those precious spawns simply disappeared into thin air. The only missing ingredient is Astarion. You are the final piece he requires to complete the ritual. Your scars bind you to it. Your soul will set off a very wave of death, bringing Cazador his twisted life. And that, my tragic and toothsome friend, is that. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have business elsewhere.
It's a lot to take in. What do you think I should do? The idea definitely has appeal. I could get rid of the worm in my head and still walk in the sun. I'd finally be free of the hunger. And if I'm the key to this deal of Cazador's, perhaps I can turn this to my advantage. I need to take the fight to him, and I need you to help me. If you won't risk taking him on for my sake, think of the innocent souls he'll sacrifice in this ritual. Fine. I was contemplating. It's a lot to take in. What do you think I should do? I hate how right you are. I knew he wouldn't leave me alone, even when I was just another wretched toy for him to play with. But if I'm the key to this power he craves, he'll hunt me to the ends of Faerun. I need to take the fight to him, and I need you to help me. Once we deal with the tadpole, I'll be back to my nocturnal self. When you're being hunted by vampires, The dark is the worst place to hide. I need to deal with Cazador when I still have any kind of advantage over him. Fine. Do you think it's so simple? How long do you think I can run? He has an eternity to find me. He'll never leave me alone. But if I'm the key to this... And I need you to help me. If you won't risk taking him on for my sake, think of the innocent souls he'll sacrifice in this ritual. Thank you. Do you think it's so simple? The end of my life amongst them, just when I was starting to enjoy it. He'll never leave me alone. Joy traveling with Halsin, not for his wit or wisdom. He'll just make an excellent shield if we're attacked. Before anything else, I need to know where it's happening. To the public, Cazador is an ordinary noble. A little reclusive, perhaps, but just another of the great and the good of Baldur's Gate. He has a grand palace on the hills of the gate, where he hosts the city's high society. I don't know if he performed the ritual there. It feels too public. He'd risk exposure. Mephistopheles is one of the lords of the Nine Hells. Raphael is not going to let any ire be tracked back to him. Perhaps Raphael even will gain from setting us on this course, who can say? All I know is I need to unravel the secrets around Cazador's ritual. And I can only do that in Baldur's Gate. Feels too public. He'd risk exposure. To where? For how long? If this worm shrivels, I'll be in his power from the second he lays eyes on me. He has to die. While my body is still my own to command. I hope so. Because I'm not striking another deal with Raphael. Knows what he'd demand this time. But if the citizens of Baldur's Gate don't know anything, my brothers and sisters might. Cazador is a master of secrets, but the other spawn must have seen something there. I know. Subtle, isn't it? Do you have a moment? I think we need to talk. Excuse me. This might be the first honest thing I've ever told you, and you're not interested. Seems I was wrong about you. About us. Perhaps it's better if we don't continue with whatever this was. Perhaps we'll both be better for it. We need to talk. Oh, it's nothing terrible. It's just, well, maybe it is a little terrible. Look, I had a plan. A nice, simple plan. Seduce you, sleep with you, manipulate your feelings so you'd never turn on me. It was easy. Instinctive. Habits from 200 years of charming people kicked in. All you had to do was fall for it. And all I had to do was not fall for you. Which is where my nice, simple plan fell apart. You're incredible. You deserve something real. I want us to be something real. Yes, all right. I can understand. It's a shame. But I don't want to risk treating you like you're one of his victims. Perhaps it's better. Of course I was attracted to you. Look at you, for goodness sake. You're a vision. And you're so much more than that. I don't know what to think. I don't know what I want. Yes. Yes, I suppose there's not much point to me if I won't have sex. My only talent, I'm fully aware. Perhaps it's better if we don't continue. I don't know what to think. I don't know what I want. It's a shame. What can I do for you? I suppose it has felt different with you. I suppose if this is what you want, then I shall provide. It's almost funny. This is all a game to you, isn't it? No matter what I say, it doesn't matter. Not if you get what you want. Of course I did. I know that dance better than anyone. But I always felt nothing. Not last night, though. Last night, I felt miserable. And it was a revelation. For as long as I can remember, I've been used by others. Controlled. Puppeted for someone else's pleasure. But not anymore. Whatever we had, whatever this was, it's over. Why in the hell's you bothering me now? I can't forgive you either. Just don't make me think about it. Let's talk about something else. Anything else doesn't matter. I didn't know how to say no. But I do now. Well, you got what you wanted. An apology doesn't mean much at this point. What I said, I didn't know how to say no. But I did. It's almost funny. I would like that. I've held more people than I can count. An infinite parade of lovers. But a friend? I can't think of a single one. Until you. Ah, my favorite traveling companion. I don't know what to think. Really. You're full of surprises, aren't you? Honestly, I have no idea what we're doing. Or what comes next. But I know that this is nice. You're full of surprises, aren't you? Honestly, I have no idea what we're doing. But I know that this... You're full of surprises. Honestly, I have no... Why, that almost sounds like a challenge. Honestly, I have no idea what we're... I don't know. It's been so long since I've had to decide what I wanted. Honestly, I have no idea what we're doing. Oh yes, I'm fine. I just feel awful. Look, I had a plan. A nice, simple... Of course they did. That's the problem. Or part of it. Being close to someone, any kind of intimacy, was something I performed to lure people back for him. Even though I know things between us are different, being with someone still feels tainted. Still brings up those feelings of disgust and loathing. I don't know how else to be with someone. No matter how much I'd like to. Something like that, except not that at all. Look, I had a plan. A nice, simple plan. I just don't know what real looks like. Not after 200 years playing the rake. Being... Is there something you want to talk about, my dear? Us. I still love the sound of that. I can hardly blame you. I don't exactly have much to offer right now, beyond new burdens to carry. You gave me precious, impossible moments of comfort. I only really wanted a few more. From the start, I was rather counting the hours until it was going to end. Midnight chimes, eh? I was beginning to believe someone truly wanted me. But I shouldn't have deluded myself. From the start, I was rather counting the hours until would I were. It's true. You don't deserve this facade any longer. From the start, I'm all pointy ears, my love. I don't know. But isn't it nice not to know? You're not a victim. Not a target. Not just one night it's better to forget. But then... whatever in the world could you be? Can't get enough. I'm not surprised. I do rather like that, you know. There is nothing I'd like more. Delicious. You are perfect. How could I say no? The thing that will decide my fate forevermore. Yes, it's been on my mind. Why? Well, of course I've thought about it. If I completed the ritual instead of Cazador, I'd get all that power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual. It may be impossible, but it certainly is tempting. Mind? Well, in theory, it's simple. Destroy Cazador, stop ritual. That's assuming we want to stop the ritual. What? I've obviously thought about it. If I was the one who completed the ritual, I'd have such power. And I could walk in the sun without fear I'd turn into a mind flare. I don't relish it, but my siblings lured thousands of people to their deaths over the years, I doubt Baldur's Gate would miss them. Of course, I don't even know if I could complete the ritual forevermore. Yeah? I hadn't really decided on the specifics. Obviously, we could stop the ritual, or not. What? I've obviously thought about it. If a pity, then, that it's not your decision to make. Of course,
Yours is a face like one who kicked the steel claw as if I were Ghost Dragon, harbinger.
Fortunately for you, the slithering vermin I hunt has my attention. For now.
The Death Walker passed through here before you skunked like you owned the place, trespassing on my domain!
You excavate the empty caverns of your useless mind, shoveling, dozing, blasting through the smooth brain. How the kitty cat mewed when your boots stamped upon its tail. You are the black cat crossing the path of the living. The pleasure of the memory dribbles out of your leaking skull into the very air. A memory won at the cost of a piece of your mind. You were in this tower before, that much is sure.
As it should be. Do you have a name, I'm sure he really believes that. How utterly adorable. Do you have a name, Spawn?
Astarion, but hold on.
Good. Now, Astarion. I've dreamt of being bitten by a vampire since I was a young girl.
I'm sorry, you want to be bitten?
To feel your life's blood slipping away. To dance on the edge between life and death. Yes, I want it. I'll even compensate you. A potion of legendary power that forever increases the strength of the one who consumes it. It's not for sale, but it's yours if you bite me.
I will have to decline.
Excuse me? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and you're squandering it.
I gave you my answer.
Can't you talk some sense into your obstinate charge?
I'm sorry, but could you excuse us a moment? Are you actually asking me to do this? Trading me for some potion? Because there's something wrong with her blood. I can smell it from here. It's rank. I can't say. It just smells wrong. Unnatural. Drinking it wouldn't kill me, but it would not be pleasant.
I don't have all day, true soul.
Fine. I'll do it. Darling, I've had a sudden change of heart. After all, who could resist such a delectable neck? Hold very, very still.
Incredible. Incredible.
Oh, hells.
Not your taste.
You're fetid, full of corruption.
I feel exquisite, though. So here's my part of the bargain. I hope you find it as satisfying as I found this. It was everything I imagined, and then more. I'll be able to put this to good use.
The General's attention shifts to you, a memory stirs. A memory of this room, and his voice raised in anger.
I'm surprised to see you again, true soul. You are here to assist and not to meddle, I trust. I would remind you that while in my halls, you obey me, just as you would any other chosen. I'm sure you'll enjoy watching my justice enacted. You have to take what pleasure you can, after all, in your diminished state.
His smirk says everything and nothing at once. I know exactly who you are, and I will never tell. You've stood afore this very throne before, in demand, not supplication. Many eyes in the room dart away when you try to meet them. Hells, they all know you. Even the dog knows you.
I have seen the acts you revel in. You are no soldier. You are a scourge. But we are here to deal with these goblins, not to speak of your past. Kill them.
Who you are, and I will never.
Better than you know yourself, it seems. But we are here to deal with these goblins.
Hells, they all know.
But we are here.
They are yours. You can release them, kill them, or feed them to each other for all I care. Just deal with them. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake! Oh, crap! You're gonna enjoy this, ain't ya?
I do enjoy a bit of casual bloodshed. Now come. I'd like to know more about this Sorrel.
In another lifetime, you were greeted in this throne room like a god, not the living wreck you are now. Your disgrace has something to do with this Ketheric. You yearn to flay him until he forgets himself, as you have. Nothing sickens you more than a man who is unkillable. But to a veteran deviant such as yourself, it is but a matter of time with this Ketheric. He healed up a treat. He could enjoy your cuts forever and a day. Grace has something to do with this Ketheric. With difficulty, you banish the pooling evil that bewitches your quivering limbs. Perhaps parts of you were scattered in this spire. Time to knit yourself together.
Ketheric plays a cruel game, and you had no choice but to play. Now, let's talk to Zrel.
Gods, you're beautiful.
My. Your lust for the neck pricker is succulent. I'd like to take a bite out of him myself.
Past. And so, we were banished. The very one. It's the only mistake.
This must be the legendary blood of Lathander. The Ambrose said you recall all the measures meant to keep you from reaching this place. Taking this mace would surely lead to something quite disastrous. Everything is in motion.
Then thou must return with the proper payment.
This is the price of balance.
Well counted.
What in the sweet hells were you thinking, activating that lance? I was right there! Gods! Do you have any idea how much that hurt?
And I think I was safer with the mind flayers. Next time, just warn me before you do something stupid. At least then I can get out of the blast radius. Now, shall we go? Or do you have any other chaos you need to unleash here? Gods. All right. What's on your mind?
Gods! Do you have any...
Well, apparently there's a limit. Somewhere between a nice summer's day and the full concentrated power of the sun!
Do you have any idea?
Excuse me? That was the least you could do after dropping a building on me. Next time, just warn me before you do something.
What in the sweet gods?
Next time. No. If there is a next time, I'll be the one aiming the all-powerful weapon. Thank you. Although, I do appreciate you trying to fix your mistake. Just don't do it again. Now, shall we go? Or do you have any other chaos you need to unleash here? Gods. All right. What so? Lae'zel's going to war with Vlaakith? Going to break her chains in Baldur's Gate? Good for her.
You can't quite catch a glimpse, but you recognize this feeling. Your awareness unfold her vast
What in the hells? Oh no, not again.
It's a trap!
Tendrils snap like iron cords around your wrist. That presence in your mind looms large, with a soft sucking.
Oh, thank goodness. I was worried I'd have to get involved. Now, let's keep our hands to ourselves, This place brings back the worst memories. It's like being kidnapped all over again.
Lashes, wait! I wanted to keep you... Oh, poor stupid thing. Why is it even here? I thought we sent its pod away, so it could be used elsewhere. Oh, adorable. I did miss it. Its simplicity, its fear, its thrashing its own head against its pod, cracking its skull again and again in a futile attempt to escape. Oh, how precious. Sweeter than any woman who still has her brain. The things I'd do with you if I was in command of the parasite piloting you. I think we have to put you down, though, dear one. Something must have gone wrong for you to have wandered all the way back here. Even if it is pleasant to be reunited. This won't hurt a bit. Though I don't suppose you can feel much now, anyway. You talk? How is that possible? Something must have gone wrong. Oh, but what an arresting voice you have. You're not supposed to be here, Special One. That's not right. But I don't want to damage you. You were my very first, after all. I learned everything about the parasites from you. I remember finding you close to death. Beaten black and blue on the floor of this sanctum. It must have been a few hours after the tadpole was placed in your skull. How you got here was a total mystery. But I stitched you up just enough to keep you alive, then placed you within your crib. I kept you as mine until you were needed by our superiors. We had such a close bond. I opened you up endlessly with my scalpels and got lost in your insides. The most important work, the nature of which I only heard whispers. Truthfully, I'm not surprised to see you found your way back here all by yourself. I always knew you were clever. It has never been the same with another. All the other victims who come here just meekly obey. You thrashed. You fought. You were indomitable. But as special as you are, you shouldn't be swanning around here, acting as if free will is yours again. We're going to kill you, sweet one. But I promise I will stay with you afterwards. Lashes, bring this one back to my table. And prepare my knives for a long night of experiments. Such a close bond. I was not behind it. I do not know. But whoever did it, I'm so glad they left you here for me.
She is but the hack doctor who half pieced you together after whatever caused your head to get in this mess. Someone else must have attacked you in the midst of whatever you were doing down here. This necromancer was a grunt in the scheme of the horrors enacted against you. That attacker is the source. Her experiments may well have made the damage worse. And so was a grunt in the... You were no Merkel cultist, that much is sure. You sense in your soul you were something far greater.
There you are, as predicted. You could have run, but the lore of... Perhaps you hope to learn your place in history before you are erased from it. A mad dog like Orin might be impressed. I am not. Your place is to die so that I might finally live.
Oh dear. I never saw myself as a banisher of shadows before. I was always more of a lurker-in, historically.
Thy hunger denied. Seluna's faithful yet shines. The balance shifts. Thou hast seen with thine own eyes and felt in thine urges. The dead three unite. There are depths to this alliance yet unplumbed. Consider, mortal. Do illithids possess souls? Correct. Yet, the three, a flock without soul, until such time, be availed of my services. Nothing thou dost not already know. Yes, once the alliance is reforged, where matters of balance are concerned,
So, and here I was, worried I'd be the only one with a difficult family reunion waiting in the city.
The curse has been lifted, the land's cleansed of the shadows. Kethric's reign of living death is over. Your courage has been tested, and in this at least, you have triumphed.